What's up, YouTube? Here is my session from New Year's Day 2017, and we're gonna get right into it. So here I was trying to play a little bottom game, trying to get something on bottom. So he had that arm kind of flailing in the back. I went ahead and hooked that with my back leg and turned it into a sweep. And at this point, I really don't have a submission in mind. I'm just looking for a limb to pop loose. And I looked down and was like, oh, well, there's an arm. Let me turn that the way that it's not supposed to go. So he tapped out there. And again, my videos that I'll be posting will not be highlights of just submissions. So, again, the point of this channel is to kind of go through my whole journey. And in your jiu-jitsu journey, it's not going to be just highlights. You're going to have good days, bad days, and things like that. So here again, I'm kind of on the bottom there, and I'm thinking about a sweep. So I kind of took a look back behind me to see if anybody was going to be there before I kind of went that direction. So I kicked up, had my hook in, kicked straight up in the air, and he kind of went over my head there. Had to reset, ran into a couple of the people there. So next we reset here, and again I'm trying to play some bottom game. I'm not really pressed to be on top here. I just wanted to kind of see what I can do from the bottom. So I kind of half sit down, sit back. And now I'm thinking triangle. But I didn't know which arm was going to be in and which arm was going to be out. I was kind of waiting for him to make a move. And eventually he dropped that right arm too far down. So as soon as I had a chance, boom, I shot my left leg over his head. Pull down the head, break the posture, get my angle, and we get the tap there. That's something that I do a lot. When people start messing around with hands and everything, and I see one hand drop low, I'm thinking triangle immediately. So here I am. I start to kind of grab in the collar. I don't know why, but I do that a lot. I just grab in the collar just to do it. I don't really have a submission in mind or anything. I just kind of grab in the collar in the beginning of matches for whatever reason. So here he kind of passed my guard there. I'm staying calm, and I don't want him to continue to have that pressure on my face. There's a lot of pressure right here. Yeah, he just kind of leaned on my face, and my left hand is kind of in an awkward position. So I'm thinking to myself, like, how can I get out of this position? Really didn't have any escapes. And he had real tight. He was squeezing real tight. So I'm like, well, maybe I should let him just kind of get to mount, because I know, a couple escapes from the mount. But from this position here, I was just kind of getting smothered. So I kind of invited the mount here. I put my foot down and kind of waited for him to mount. And it looks like he's taking the bait. Not bait, but, So he gets to the mount. So here I'm kind of just defending, protect my neck. Don't give him no, cheap chokes, anything like that. So from here I'm thinking, like, all right, I'm going to just do what is it called? The trap and roll, where you trap an arm and bridge and roll. Bridge and roll, maybe it's called. I forget the name of it. I guess you can leave a comment and help me out there. So I'm thinking about trapping his left arm here, and then he continues to have that hand in my collar, so I wanted to wait for the opportunity to go ahead and get a 2-on-1 on his left arm. So I got the one arm here, the one hand, get the 2-on-1 on his left arm, trap the foot, bridge and roll. Now I'm back in his guard. So now I got to start working some guard passes or opening guards. Oh, I reached back real quick there, but I didn't want to get triangle, so I got my hand out of there. Trying to keep good posture, but he's kind of breaking me down. But I'm still aware of where I am and kind of where he is. Start to push down on his knee there. Kind of give it a jam, like a good push, good solid push until his ankles popped open. As soon as the ankles pop open, try and hurt and step over there to side control, with like a kind of half side control, because he's like on his side. There I go again, grabbing in the collar again. I don't know why I do that, but it's like a habit, I guess, at this point. I don't know if it's good or bad, but I have a habit of grabbing in the collar for no reason, it seems like. But kind of comes up. He kind of comes up to the turtle position here. Tried to get maybe a front headlock or something there, but he was real tight. He was protecting his neck, so I thought to myself, well, maybe let me get to the back, see if I can try a couple back attacks. Try to get the over-unders here, but again, he was real tight on protecting his neck. Switch back to the front. Again, maybe I'm thinking to myself, maybe I can get a front headlock or something like that. But the time runs out there. So here is, I guess the most important part of this video here. Rolling with the purple belt here, and man, this is like really humbling, I guess you could call it. It was like he was playing with a baby almost. So again, there I go again, reaching in the collar, just kind of just bugging his neck. Kind of, again, I didn't have anything in mind. He passes my guard here. And I'm going to apologize in advance. A lot of times, not a lot, but a few times, we kind of roll out of frame. I'll try to explain, kind of what's going on out of frame as best I can. So he kind of jumps into the arm lock position. Left my arm out there. I'll do that a couple more times in this roll too. Left my arm out, jumped on it. He jumped on it rather, and got an arm bar there. Again, there I go again with the guy reaching in the collar. Shot up a triangle here. He got good posture. He sits up, and when people do that, I like to kind of do a back handspring type of deal and end up on top. Sometimes that'll result in me being on top in like a mounted triangle type of deal. But he quickly got his other hand out for like the double unders. He's trying to pass. Tried to keep him in front of me there, but he kind of came around too fast, past the guard. Grabbed on my arm there, and I'm trying everything I could. He like lifted my whole body, went right to the arm bar, and that angle that he puts me on, like that angle, he like turns to the side, so it's real hard to have any power, like for me to have any power as far as like keeping my grip together, my hand, so he wouldn't extend my elbow. So that was like the second or third submission there. Having my guard here, I tried like a half-ass sit-up sweep, but he knew it was coming, I guess. So I'm like, all right, well, let's try plan B. I got one butterfly hook in there. I'm thinking, what should I do? So I go grab the belt, and I kind of rock forward, and then kind of come back and use my right leg to kick him over my head there, like that. It was a sweep, but I was on top for like 2 seconds. Sprawled out a little bit there. He steps over, and he's back on top. Passes my guard, and I don't know what that overhook was that I just had, but I was holding off anything at that point. Again, he steps over the head. I'm thinking, well, maybe if I get that top leg off my head. And he's like, nope, triangle. And it felt like my collarbone was getting ready to collapse. Like when he had that triangle and he kind of squeezed his legs together, it felt like my collarbone was getting ready to collapse. So I had to let that go. So here again, I tried that little sit-up sweep into an arm drag. I'm just throwing whatever I can think of at him at that point. So here my guard ends up open. He pushes down on the knee. He passes there, and he goes knee on belly to kind of break my grip, my left hand grip there. And I slowed it down here because looked like he's going for a Dars, but I kind of felt it. He's going for a Dars. He wants to tuck his left hand underneath my shoulder, but I pushed out and he grabbed right onto my arm. I overextended, trying to defend the Dars, and got caught in this position here. And he's like, if you watch it, he looked like he was talking to somebody else while he had me in that position. Again, he gets that angle, and like, bro, it's hard to, I don't know, it's real hard to keep my grips there. So here I kind of had to cut the film because my guy right here decided to stretch a little bit, but I don't think he realized that I was recording. So from here, try to start in the guard, kind of mix it up a little bit. So I start in guard, and I don't know what I was doing, but my posture is terrible here. I'm leaning forward, my arm is extended. That's like inviting the arm bar. I thought that I knew the arm bar was coming, which I did. And guess what? The arm bar came. I slipped my arm out there, and he went right to the triangle. That's in fast motion, a regular speed. That was sweet. That was nice. And then he didn't even finish the triangle. He decided to get a little shoulder lock on it, and that was it. The video that you just watched was me in 2017. Well, the first day, January 1st. I was in an open mat. So this is my first video of 2017. First, Happy New Year's and all that good stuff. But the video that you just watched That last roll was me rolling with a purple belt. And the reason why I point that out is for the topic, I guess, of this next video. And the topic of this video is going to be of how Jiu-Jitsu humbled me. Again, this whole channel is about me and my progression, my journey in Jiu-Jitsu, whether it's positive, negative, you know, my ups and my downs, all of that. So I rolled with the purple belt again that you just watched, and he tapped me a good, I want to say 5 or 6 times, and I think the time limit was like 5 or 6 minutes. So once every minute, basically. And I was literally, like, no joke, I was trying my hardest. Like, I literally, like, I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna give him nothing. Like, I'm not gonna give him no arm bars, no, like, I'm not even gonna let him think that he got anything. So I'm thinking in my head, you know, I done learned 2, 3 new positions, submission or 2, like, you know, it should work. But then I ran into him, and it was like, damn, don't work like that. I got humbled. That was ridiculous. Like, not let me rephrase that, because he did what he was supposed to do to a white belt. But it was like I was literally trying my hardest. I was trying what I could, and he did what he did. But that shit was ridiculous. The first time he had me in the, I forget the name of the position, but where, like, he has the arm, but he didn't quite extend it yet. I was thinking to myself, like, God damn, like, shit, how did I even get here? Like, that's honestly what I was thinking. And again, I was giving it my all. Like, I'm trying my hardest. And at one point, if you look at the video, after he submitted me, I kind of laid back, like, real quick. Like, I laid down on the mat, like, thinking to myself, like, damn, shit was crazy. That shit was quick. And then at another point, matter of fact, at another point, he was actually having a conversation. Like, he had me in the, like, he had the Kimura grip on, you know, one of my arms or whatever. And he looks over to somebody, like, out of frame. I can't really see who he's talking to or whatever. But he having a whole conversation, like, yeah, man, probably, you know, whatever he's saying. And I'm sitting there, my arm locked up. But he did what he did. He did what he was supposed to do to a white belt. The premise of this video: stay humble. Don't ever get too full of yourself. Don't ever think that you're way above, or even way below, for that matter. Whatever level you are at, just remember there's always, you know, people below you, but at the same time, there's people that's above you. Whether that's athleticism, technique, they've been training longer than you, whatever it is, there's always people, for the most part, better than you, unless you at the top of the heap. Like, if you at the top of the, you know, you competing and you winning gold medals or whatever. Just remember, stay humble, and always give it whatever it is that you got. So with that being said, again, I wanted to make a quick video today about that, and that's that. I probably won't edit this part out. Like, subscribe, and comment on the videos. I have 2 more videos that I made earlier, 2016. So, you know, again, like and comment and subscribe for them videos too. I didn't mean to say that. You can comment on them videos too if you want to. I'm gonna do this again.